boy, after that first one, bro. After that first one, we gotta come back for this, boy. You better hit that like button now, cause you ain't gonna be able to do it in the end. Let's get this Akala, man. Let's get it.
Yo, Akala. Wow. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Mixtape 28th of May. Listen. Akala music.
Please shoot my knees mixtape, baby.
Tiny bit more vocal, please. Actually.
Let's get it.
Listen. Knowledge is power, always.
Oh, he rapping on that old school beat too.
Listen. The scam, brother, the scam! Oi, mate, my personal life's great. Some of you would love me more if I rub that in your face. Okay, well, let us run down the resume and have a little chat about Akala's living today. Big whip, nice yard, been all over the globe. Look how many continents that I have done. Shows, couple little companies, neat little office, everything going swell. Little bit of profit, built a business, educating kids.
Little bit of office, a little bit of profit. I like how he's effortlessly working them syllables in there. You know what I'm saying? But this is a time to listen. But it's kind of hard to react when you know what he's talking about. You know the knowledge that he's talking about. It's kind of hard to give y'all something ambiguous. Like, oh, like that. But let's see what else he say. 52 seconds in, nigga.
Neat little office, everything going swell. Little bit of profit, built a business, educating kids from the block. So far as I'm concerned, you gotta be a mug to not rate him. Own my own masters, still my own master. Novels and scripts on the way. Rap is just a part of the genie.
Hold up. What? And we 14 minutes? That means he got 6 more minutes after the last one.
Own masters, still my own master. Novels and scripts on the way. Rap is just a part of the genius in his head, and he knows it. Dickhead, since I used to kick ball for West Ham with my big head. Back in school days, wearing hand-me-downs from my sister, and Gal was still onto man. Now that's some Ross charisma. It's just a nipper. I took my first.
His breath control and his confidence is a lot more obvious in this one. Like he's smiling on the mic. Seems like he remembers, like, you know what I'm saying? You know when you got a sure spitter on the microphone, homeboy having a good time today.
From my sister, and Gal was still onto man. Now that's some Ross charisma. It's just a nipper. I took my first pull of Rizla. And who you think gave me that? Yeah, my bigger sister. So when we speak of struggle, cousin, it's yours. You know the same old madness. Working class poor, yeah. So may have won a couple awards. I guarantee you that my family just as messed up as yours. All the abuse and the alcoholism and drug addiction. Uncles going to prison. This is working class living in Britain. It ain't great. You gotta be kidding. So please don't ever get confused by me spitting. Cause yes, I said the ghetto's in our head, but no, I didn't mean if you live next to a food yard, let us in your dreams. I meant believing in the madness they spout about us is far more dangerous than putting us in council houses. So yeah, I criticize, but from a place of love, never, ever. Cause I think that I've become above every young bruv you wanna judge as a tug. It's me, man, that's a little guidance and love, so I think that you're the mug. And why be smug when it's an actual fact?
Hold up, I know I missed the bar. I know I missed something. Sheesh. It just puts you in a listening mode. You understand? You just kind of sitting here and you mesmerized because you like trying to see what he say next, yo.
More dangerous than putting us in council houses. So yeah, I criticize, but from a place of love, never, ever. Cause I think that I've become above every young bruv you wanna judge as a tug. It's me, man, that's a little guidance and love, so I think that you're the mug. And why be smug when it's an actual fact? We all commit crime simply by paying tax. Cause we didn't go and tickle them people in Iraq and ask them so politely for all the minerals we extract. We blew children's heads off, set fire to backs. With a gangster nation, get down and you get clapped. So when you see the youth running around on the road with heaters, don't be surprised, they're just copying their leaders. Long as the rules stay in places that are brown and poor, we can all pretend to be abhorred, but we applaud. If you go up to Knightsbridge and get violent, the policeman that duppers you will probably get knighted. If I don't wanna fight you, cuz it ain't cause I'm frightened, I'd just rather fight with those who really think they're titans. I ain't scared.
Yo, I like the way he pushes the envelope and the effect of his words, man. Perspective over punchlines to me. The knowledge he has gained, he's sharing it all with us, you know what I'm saying? But also, you're getting more perspective. Like, you know, I treat perspective as like vision. Vision is like, it could be narrow or it could be wide. But if your vision is narrow, you can't see what's on the side. That's a bar. Might as well. Hey, Charlie Sloth, give me that. That was a bar.
Is that are brown and poor, we can all pretend to be abhorred, but we applaud. If you go up to Knightsbridge and get violent, the policeman at Duppers, you will probably get knighted. If I don't want to fight you, cuz it ain't cause I'm frightened. I'd just rather fight with those who really think they're titans. I ain't scared of bleeding, I am scared of breathing another breath in this world where everything is so uneven. When millions murdered in the Congo when it's barely news. But if a footballer's wife should buy a pair of shoes, I'm supposed.
How come we don't know what's barely going on in the Congo? You know what I'm saying? You got to research what's going on in the Congo. You know what I'm saying? You got to go on backwater websites. You know what I'm saying? Man, shoot.
Supposed to give up. Apparently, I do not. The world's a reflection of your block. And if you think a world that profit from their death and be totally cool, thinks you're better cause you live here, you're a bloody fool. Look around at genocidal abuse. I swear to humanity ain't nothing but a virus with shoes. Then I pick my nephew up from school and I look at the youths and see the love they show each other, and I'm just so confused because they ain't learned yet what is their race or religion. So we're born unconditioned, but we learn to play our position in the system. Look what that does to our recognition of self. We grow suspicion of our own intuition. Now listen.
Oh man, we gotta take that bar back right there. I ain't gonna lie, man. Akala, I gotta hear more Wretched 3-2, man. I gotta hear more Wretched 3-2. But Akala right now, his pen game, it's up there. It's up there. Oof, Lord.
And be totally cool, thinks you're better cause you live here, you're a bloody fool. Look around at genocidal abuse. I swear to humanity ain't nothing but a virus with shoes. Then I pick my nephew up from school and I look at the youths and see the love they show each other, and I'm just so confused because they ain't learned yet what is their race or religion. So we're born unconditioned, but we learn to play our position.
So we're born unconditioned, but we learn to play the position. So he said, well, I'm confused. I see the youth, how they show love to each other, but they don't know their race or religion. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a lot different around here if people really had their own history to look back on and know who their enemies are. And I think that's very important when it comes down to history and being able to progress. The problem is that, you know what I'm saying, in America, white folks, black folks, Asians, the whole entire world don't know the history of what we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? If we had better perspective on the past, then you could probably see some unity, because you'll see some real unity, not forced unity.
In the system, look what that does to our recognition of self. We grow suspicion of our own intuition. Now listen, Akala's sick, but he raps about racism too much. Could you imagine I gave a flying? Cause it's amazing. How many want to claim they love this music with no respect for the actual struggle that produced it?
No respect for the actual struggle that produced it. I question a lot of rappers I react to, because do they have the proper respect of the struggle that it came out of? Though we know that hip hop is a baby of the blues and funk and stuff like that, do you respect the history? I feel like a lot of people don't respect the history of hip hop. So I like what he talking. Keep talking.
Want to claim they love this music with no respect for the actual struggle that produced it. Did hip hop not start in segregated hoods? Are them hoods not still segregated? So it's really good. Are the First Nation not still on reservations where the age of 46 is the average life expectation? And fellas, where the favelas have been suddenly knocked down and replaced with.
How can How can hip hop start during segregation and keep segregating people? Well, did I misunderstand that?
Something better. If you got sense, you see fights to join the race, class, and gender are sides of the same coin. So if you're really down for justice, whoever the people who suffers, whoever you are, I consider you my sister's brothers. But call it what it is, like Carlin or Bill Hicks. Not these patronizing left-wing little twits that ask me dumb shit on a superior tip and wanna act like cause I read I saw less violence as a kid. Don't make me an exception for your mental protection from accepting the madness of the system we are left in. That was the clearest thing to come of August events. All the closet bigots started speaking their minds again. So when a Jamaican or Asians misbehaving, of course it's because of their skin. Blonde hair kills 1 million people, that's just him. And it's entertaining.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Yo. Bro, we got to wheel that back, man.
Protection from accepting the madness in the system we are.
He said mental protection from the madness in the system. And then
left them. That was the clearest thing to come of August events. All the closet bigots started speaking their minds again. So when a Jamaican or Asians misbehaving, of course it's because of their skin. Blonde hair kills a million people, that's just him. And
wow. Oh boy, he said blonde hair kills a million people, and that's just him. He said when we do stuff, it's about our skin, but when that's just him. He talking some real history right here.
Asians misbehaving, of course it's because of their skin. Blonde hair kills a million people, that's just him. And it's entertaining, some people are so thick, but I prefer that than all of the fake grins, because it's the only problem. People claim they want to solve, but don't actually want to talk about how it evolved. You are told, this country really yours, sir? What they did to brown people did to their own poor first, and originally in the States, working class whites were also enslaved. Then no one talks about it today.
That's true too. I just came across some information that may say, hey.
Ever since the master came with the system of privilege, made the working whites the overseers, mulattoes the house, could put the darkest blacks in the field. That mind is with us still. $1 billion industry, skin cream and bleaching pills. And let's be honest,
Talk.
Privilege made the working whites the overseers, mulattoes the today. Ever since the master came with the system of privilege, made the working whites the overseers, mulattoes the house, could put the darkest.
He said, listen, now that's the process. That's the organization of race. At least at the top, working class whites over the mulattoes. If you just go into your typical workplace, you won't see. Do we need to touch on that? Do we need to touch on that? Y'all need to really look at the world before you. A lot of stuff that black folks do, or a lot of stuff that black folks don't do, the rest of the world does, and they prosper. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of countries or a lot of people groups that are profiting off the sin of black folks. Our vanity, our hatred towards one another.
Blacks in the field, that mind is with us still. $1 billion industry, skin cream and bleaching pills. And let's be honest, most people in my complexion to this very day still think they're better than the darker section. You say it's changed, then only educate.
That's that colorism right there.
Not about the Africans in Haiti who beat the armies of the British, Spanish and Napoleon. From the moment they stolen them, there was no controlling them. When I was in school, she said, no, you never fought for freedom. No, we freed you, and you were on your knees pleading. And what's more, did you know that we kind of saved you from the barbarism of Africa? You should be grateful when enough of our own people can't be bothered to read that they actually believed that we were swinging from trees. They don't know the Kingdom of Congo had embassies in Italy 500 years ago. Literally ain't heard of St. Maurice nor Septimus Severus. They ain't studying the past because they think it's irrelevant. An attempt to pretend ancient Egyptians weren't African. Nothing more than pseudo-intellectual lies. They obviously ain't read what Aristotle and Herodotus said about people that they saw for their own eyes. And Egypt's been invaded since the fall of the pharaohs. Not once, not twice, but many times. So nobody wants to explain why so many statues are missing noses. Even when them statues made of granite, it ain't one people alone mistaught about themselves. We live on Celtic land, but don't learn about the Celts. The same Irish people you characterize as stupid during the dark ages, some of the most educated living in Europe. And did you learn the numbers you count with every day was invented by Indian people? I bet you didn't. Or how many million Indians fought for Britain in both world wars? Still you got the cheek to call them immigrants. We don't learn about the Moors, of course. For some that knowledge dangerous. Is it a problem the impact they had on the Renaissance? When people take power over another group, we minimize their achievements so we can make it feel true. So if you think Columbus was first to sail ocean blue, you probably believe Elvis invented rock and roll too. From the record of that I believe in peace, but not for 1 second and they'll turn the other cheek. They slap you, slap them back, take teeth. The only way a bully ever learn is getting beat. Fight fire with fire, nah, fire with water. See, the life-giving force is stronger than the destroyer. That's why these MCs can't speak to me. No, all men are not made equally. My brain's made of iron fiber, conducting the livest wire.
Second.
average grades higher than Oxford or Cambridge require. I don't want credit because I got a message. I want credit because I'm the best MC. Get it? When I came out way back in 04, sister, I just won every award. Most man would have done the bait thing, put big sis on the chorus chords. That would have been A-list draw. Quickly I would have been famous more, but look how I came in this thing raw. Bang up the streets some more. If I MC then I heard me rap, I'd be like, what the? I ain't never gonna be that good, so I better not push my luck. It will embarrass me. Only insanity would make you challenge me. Better hope if we bump heads, that day that I feel like charity. If not, it's a video, and there ain't no use in
He said, if we bump heads, I hope that day I feel like charity.
Because all it means is that you are crap and I am a genius. Why I'm Panama. I push the perimeter. Can you imagine if I'm sicker than average? I killing with character. Benjamin Banneker. Look at the marriage. Just stamina damage away from Metallica. Got to look for the whole of the calendar. So cold that I roll in the challenger. Why you man roll with the amateurs? I'm too much harder. You can just call him Father Akala, but I don't talk shit like a pastor. You already know that I'm smarter than half a bloody disaster. If I ever start, I'll probably a prodigy, make you a martyr for these crap MCs that mumble. Then see me in the flesh and crumble. Never told you that I was humble. No, I'm not. Don't lie. I'm so sure in my writing ability that I feel like I'm finding divinity. Sit down, let me rhyme a soliloquy. My agility, time in this military. What a singular team for the mini-me. It seems rough theme for the mimicry. Your team couldn't dream of the synergy that I beam when I scheme when a wicked beat. There goes again with the big words with best syllables. Get your dictionaries out. That's what I'm about. Clowns wanna shout. Flash them, smash them in the mouth. Bloody professor, a man of the letters I read and I'm sure that I'm better. Never regret an endeavor to dead an oppressor. I think that the lepers that think that their pleasures are better endeavors than all of our pressures. But see me, born in a rage, maroon blood coursing my veins. As you can see,
Oh shoot, my brain about to explode, bro. Oh! It's too much facts, bro. Oh, my pineal gland can't. My pineal gland can't take this. Oh shoot, this is crazy.
I was born for the stage, but I'll never be that cultural made. Some say that we're political, is what they're doing isn't. Don't they preach a political doctrine called materialism? But for all the Italian clothes that you wear, or German cars that you drive, or French champagne that we'll buy, will still be monkeys in their eyes. So why you were begging it? Who knows? Italians fight to wedge.
I'm not bored. That's just a thing.
Making clothes, Italians call their own women for everyone's entertainment, bro. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the one with the codes that flows all over the globe. I'm bunning out shows, but still don't oil my chest and pose. Pose a threat to the power structure, not because we're anything special, but because we're the people together, and that's the only way things change ever.
Ooh, my God!
Akala just tore the building to pieces. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I just been schooled for a hot minute right there. Certain MCs, you know what? Like, I don't want to hear you. Don't call my phone. If you ain't coming to destroy a beat like that, don't call my phone or you're gonna get a voicemail. Akala, wow.
He said, don't call my phone, you don't get the voicemail.
Yo, little story, let's take him down. Yo, listen. Yo.
I know you gonna dig this.
Absolute power corrupts, absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Absolute power corrupts, absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality.
What is up is down. Woo.
We live with every day. Yo, listen. In a scheme of living, my life wasn't hard.
Just to illustrate that last bar, like, as it goes in heaven, as it is on earth, as it is in heaven, or backwards. Yeah, as it is in heaven, as it is on earth. So it is below too.
But as far as Britain goes, I practically starved. Sleeping in a tracksuit, gas meter running out, electric car off as well, candles lighting up the house. Looking in my mother's eyes, I see how she feels. The strain and the pain of just paying bills that ain't real. And that's how I grew, like so many more. And that was part of who I am very sure. You wanna know the rage I feel in my stomach? No, my mom and dad split up when I was still in her stomach. And not everything that happened I will put in 16s, but I will tell you enough so you will know what I mean. His mother got cancer the same time as mine, but his mother died and mine survived. It was crazy back then. When I was like 10, already had the mental strength more than many grown men. This was a couple years after my stepdad left. Did he really know the crazy mess that he left? Because mum done recover from the lumps in her neck, but being poor and alone couldn't cope with the stress. My big sis fought, so much so, now I hadn't left school. When she left home, I was 13 by now, still a little kid, innocent. Next couple years though, will turn him to a militant. That is the result of no food in the fridge. And every other day you're getting searched by the pigs, patronizing teachers. though, my grade sick, trying to emasculate me, yeah, turn me to a Anna. Don't mean a woman, please let me be clear. I mean a spineless man, because what do they fear? More than a working class brown male with a brain. When our energy is harnessed, everything changed. Look at Pac, look at Marley, look at Hendrix, look at Garvey. This is the potential that is wasted on a daily basis. A racist, classist world that we live in. Still we coming for nothing and we educate millions. I see why it scares you. It's like
we come from nothing still and we educate millions. Think about the reach of hip hop. The reach of hip hop, what it is today. You got people from Japan that love hip hop, people from Korea, BTS, Blackpink. You know what I'm saying? You got hip hop in India, hip hop in Africa, hip hop in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop in Brazil. How? Think about that. Think about the reach we would have had, let's say, if hip hop would have stayed the way it need to be to educate and enlighten folks. Would hip hop still have much ground? We wouldn't have people like the Migos around, I know that, because there would have been a standard to be a hip hop artist. That's what we need to have. It need to be an entrance exam to get in here. We need to gatekeep. Can't just anybody come in and rap.
How dare you overcome obstacles that we have been careful to place in your way every step of the way in this so-called democracy where kids get sprayed, blacks and the Asians, Turks and the Chavs, crowded in council flats, living like ants, and who's more confused than so-called white trash, talking this madness about they want their country back. It never was yours. You should read more. What they did to brown people, they did to their own poor, but people's memory short, so much that I'm seeing black and Asian kids cuss Eastern Europeans. No pot to piss in makes competition. I fail to see how this is an effective system when cats and dogs in America and Britain eat better food than most of humanity, and we spend our technology only on killing. How is this more than sophisticated savagery? It was once said, the world is a stage, each person just an actor with a part to play, like the middle class kids and kids of the rich that have everything, but yet still they pissed on their coke and ketamine, strung out on. I ain't generalizing, look at the evidence, so go to Glastonbury any year, you will see. But unlike Carnival, it won't be crawling with police, this is London. The kids on the very next street had a very different life experience from me. And in my experience, they can't help but be smug after a lifetime of what they think's just good luck. But they're still more anxious and more thankless. Unearned privilege weighs like an anchor. That's why they copy what we do, trying to be what they not. They will grow up though and get better jobs and maintain a system that they claim that they hated. They can't fight against, they got a stake in this matrix. Hip-hop is just a fad to them. You didn't know? But for us, this is our living, breathing soul. And yeah, they might backpack in South America or even volunteer in an African village. But all said and done...
Nah, man, we gotta wheel that back.
You didn't know? But for us, this is our living, breathing soul. And yeah, they might backpack in South America or even volunteer in an African village. But all said and done, when push comes to shove and hits the fan of middle class and British, and I ain't even dissing. That's just how it is. Most rich brown people are just as full of shit. So much more concerned with our cars and jewels than most of the world's poor looks just like you. So much more concerned with being privileged few. And who knows, maybe me too, because absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane.
Let's go, man. 14 minutes, man.
MC right here. Just schooled you, man. Please pay attention.
Power.
Knowledge is power.
Is power.
Just put it down.